Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you lovely people have tuned in to watch. This is Warren, aka Lighty Collects, with a new video. And obviously you're seeing this on Thursday, although these have been pre-recorded. This and possibly another one that may go up tomorrow. We'll see. Before I jump onto that, just want to say thank you for, all the love on yesterday's video. I was quite down on that with the events that have been happening. The good news is the bike has been found and recovered. At the moment it is a local impound centre. Until senior crimes officers have been out and seen if they can lift any prints or anything from it. I'm not too hopeful of that, if I'm perfectly honest, but we'll see. It is what it is. So it's great news. Unfortunately, it is going to cost me an absolute minimum probably of £200 to get it back. And then depending on if there's any damage done. So at least there's good news in one respect. The bloody MOT's due next week as well. But anyway, we've got it, so that's the important thing. So today's video was just going to be something a little bit different. I just wanted to have a little look at the different portraits that we've had for our coins from Queen Elizabeth, and just have a little chat about some of those. So yeah, let's crack on and have a chat. So the first one I've got, bearing in mind, please don't take any notice of the prices or anything like that. These are just ones that I've just quickly searched, and by no means are these the only coins that you can find, but it is just these are the ones that I'm using as the examples. And the first example I've got here is a 1953 Queen Elizabeth II half crown. Now, obviously, as everybody is aware, Elizabeth actually came to the throne in 1952, which for the Commonwealth, etc., etc. And this is what I'm trying to say. I haven't picked out any particular coins in any particular order. I've just picked out, some coins. Now, this is, as you can see, a very young portrait of the Queen, and this one was designed by the designer Mary Gillick. But from what I can see, I think 1952, I may be wrong, but from what I can see, these seem to be mainly soft rings and proof sets. So, that's another reason that I've gone for the 1953 half crown on here. And as I say, I think it's a really nice design. Very young looking Queen Elizabeth on there. So as we move on to the second portrait, and you'll see here, this one I've got you a 1968 5p coin, and this is the Arnold Making design, which collectors of the 50p's will know well with the recent decimal day 50p. So you can see it, the obverse shows the crown and a draped young bust of Queen Elizabeth II. Facing to the right, her effigy known as the second portrait by Arnold Making. And the general rule of thumb was that with each new monarch that came to the throne, the portrait would face the opposite way. There have been instances where that hasn't happened, but that was generally was what was meant to be the rule of thumb. So we can see the Queen wears the girls of Great Britain and Ireland diamond tiara, a wedding gift from Queen Mary, Her Majesty's grandmother, in 1947. She also has on the rank broadly and the... Oh, sorry. So she's also wearing the tiara on the rank broadly and the Gotwald portraits. And then around the outside of this coin, you can see the date of issue, Elizabeth II, DG Reg FD 1968, which means, translated, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith, 1968. So we'll move on to the third portrait. So here we go with the third portrait, and this is an absolute beaut of a coin. This is a 1985 sovereign, £5. So you can see again the obverse of the coin shows the crowned bust of Queen Elizabeth facing to the right again. The Queen is wearing the royal diadem which she wears on her way to and from the state opening of Parliament, with a pearl necklace and earrings. I don't know, yeah, you can't quite see it on there. In tiny letters on her neck are the designer's initials, RDM, Raphael David Makhlouf. Now, it's the third portrait of the Queen, as we said, to be used on UK coinage. The previous change of portrait being in 1968 with the introduction of the decimal coins. As we said about the initials are stamped on there, and there is no portrait change on the Maundy coins. So moving on to portrait number 4. So moving on, and the example I've picked out for you this time is a Commonwealth £2 coin, and as we say, this was Ian Rank Broadly, one which we're all a lot more familiar with now. And I will just quickly read it up to you. The obverse of the coin shows the crowned mature head of Queen Elizabeth facing to the right, the fourth portrait. The Queen wears the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland diamond tiara, a wedding gift from Queen Mary, her grandmother, which we saw in a previous portrait. And then again the words around the outside translated from Latin to mean Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Defender of the Faith. Now, I'm not sure if we were going through the years. So it was 1953 for portrait 1 with Mary Gillick, and 1968 Arnold Makin, although decimalisation didn't come into 71. A lot of the coins were sort of introduced a little bit earlier to try to get people a little bit more used to the coins, etc. And then 1985 was the third portrait by Raphael Makhlouf, which we have just seen. And then this one, the 1998 fourth portrait by Ian Rank Broadly. And moving on to the fifth portrait. So moving on, we're on to now 2015, and you can see here I've picked you up another £2 coin, and this time it is the Jody Clark portrait, wearing the royal diamond diadem crown worn for her coronation party, and the effigy known as the fifth portrait. And what was interesting for this was in September of 85, the Queen became the longest reigning monarch, and usually there are two sovereign editions this year. One is to bear, it's the last to bear the coinage portrait for or by Ian Rank Broadley, and the other is the first to carry the new portrait by the Royal Mint engraver that we all came to know, Jody Clark. So that is the 5 portraits, and that is why the 2015 saw 2 sovereigns released, one with the portrait of both designs by Ian Rank Broadley and by Jody Clark. So just leave you finally there with the 5 portraits from left to right. You have the earliest one, 53, Mary Gillick design, the Arnold Makin, 1968, the third, Raphael McLuth, 1985, and then I think probably the 2 that most of us are more familiar with, the Ian Rank Broadley in 1998 and Jody Clark in 2015. So there we go. So thank you all for watching, guys. I know it's something a little bit different today. Let me know what you thought about it, doing something different. Maybe we can do a couple more along these kind of lines. So thanks for watching. Please hit the thumbs up. Love to you all, and see you soon.